Hi, I'm Jen. This is my current journal, and I'm back in Seattle. You can see the night sky approaching, and if you knew, you would know that it's white up there, gray. Very overcast and very much different from down in San Diego. So this is my current book. Now, I don't know what you write in your journals, but I'm opening up mine. And if you don't keep a journal, that's fine. But I got challenged one day to write down, capture every thought. And the thing was, I wasn't paying attention to my thoughts. They just came and ran through. And I started capturing the things that grabbed me. And I found that I have all these books that are kind of a narration, you know, that inner narration that you have, or maybe you don't. It's a cool thing to pay attention to. And it's different things. Lately I've been listening to some recordings. They're mostly on YouTube. I write in my journal in a way that is different than what I speak with my voice. And when I write in my journal, if there's a thing that I can't think of the word for, I just give 3 choices, and it doesn't matter because I'm not trying to keep it smooth. I've been listening to these YouTube videos, and the reason I said all that was because if I were writing in my journal, I would just put my symbol for YouTube, which is a rectangle with an arrow pointing forward, the go arrow. I listen to these things and I think, oh man, this is exactly what I believe is going on in the world. And boils down to, I guess, that there is a maturing, but a total change point. It's not like you mature from day to day or year to year, but it's like there is a huge transformation happening on planet with humanity for the better. And things get churned up when things happen. And this is a change like some of the stuff I hear. There's never been anything like this before on the earth, and maybe galactically. Anyway, I don't know what you write in your journal, but I've been working on automaticity. I like training myself to little things, like my symbol for, let's see if I can show you. Here's my symbol for YouTube, Safari, Files, and Docs. And I want to do a process where I find a YouTube thing that's grabbing me. And the first thing you do is you're on YouTube. So that's the YouTube piece. You're just listening along. And if there's something that you really like, you find the little thing that says share and then copy. And just copies the address of the file. Then the next thing is Safari. And for me, that's Safari. It's whatever browser you use. That's the one that gets you on the internet. And I'm wondering if Safari is a Google app, because it says one of Google's things back in the day was, where do you want to go? And that feels like Safari goes with that thing, but I'm not sure about that. So on Safari, you're going to paste into or type into the address bar NoteGPT.io. So it's NoteGPT.io. Darn. There's one more step to get to the part that you need to be at, and I don't want to interrupt this to go look it up. But the step is to to find the exact page that you can just drop the address in. So I'm going to have to look that up and tell you later, or you can find it out and let me know. Anyway, you've got your memory of the YouTube address because you copied that, and you're going to go over to Safari. You're going to get to NoteGPT.io and find the place to drop in a file to be translated. You don't have to register. It just happens. It's just one of those wonderful things. And you drop it in and you press the button that says something like transcribe. You do have a choice whether you want the timestamps on there or not. And then a short while later, you come back and you find the opportunity to copy the translation. Oh, that's where you decide which one you want. And then there's a way to just save it. And you hit save, and it goes into the folder called downloads, and it gives it a name off the name of the video. And so you've got it all right there, and then you can do what you want to with it. Lately, I've been hearing things that were so right on for me that I wanted to say them in my own words. I want to own those words, and that's part of what I do with my journal anyway. I write down good ways to say things. It's like, oh, that sounds good in the air. And then I get lost trying to say them myself because most of my stuff goes down onto the page. So that's my new phrase that I'm trying to learn or picture in my mind is YouTube Safari files and docs. And I was trying to find the files by looking for the word folders. And I searched. I was like, what is that thing called? What on earth? I know it's the folders. And that's how I am with many words for the same thing. And then I was able to drill down and find it. So that's my recipe. The other thing that I want to have automaticity is just setting up and getting going with doing a little 20-minute moment in the life of Jen and her books. So on iPad, I get to the camera and I set it up for video and I see what my environment is. And then on my phone, I find the clock and I go to the timer and I have it set up for 20 minutes and I get ready to go and I push record and I get my clock started and it's going off right now. You know what? Oh, shoot. I didn't set it up right this time because 20 minutes ago I was trying the first try and I didn't set it up this time, but there is a clock at the top of the screen. And right now we're 8 minutes and 30 seconds in. So I'm going to make a new timer, plus sign, and it would be like 12 more minutes, right? 12 plus 8, 41, so that should be 11. I'm going to start it. Okay, there we go. So that's my other thing that I want to do is just get that automaticity to sit down and do a little recording, talk to the people, talk to my darlings, which is what I call my cousins because we share a family name of Darling. So I went to visit my daughter. And while I was there, we talked about a bunch of stuff. And this was my page for when I was on the plane, and it says Shonda Rhimes, the year of yes. She said, "This is my platform. This is where I speak to the world," and she took it to heart. She has a Shonda Rhimes. has messages she wants to deliver, a call for herself to bring things to the people. And apparently I should read the book, The Year of Yes. There was a woman I sat next to on the plane that told me this. She's from Alaska. They're going to be moving to it, Ashland. It would be good for the kids to have, or the kid, I don't remember, to be in a city, in a good city. Ashland, Oregon is a good city. So, Comic Sans Serif is a dyslexic-friendly font. There's something about, and I would like to go to my AI and just say, what makes a font dyslexic-friendly? It's easier to read in a way that's not going to flip on you, maybe, because I figure like Times New Roman, the lowercase p and the lowercase q and the uppercase d and the ascending d and b lowercase are all that same letter, and I can see how that could flip for people. I was reading with I go into second grade class and read with the kids there. They read with me. And this one boy was just amazing because he was working really well at saying the words on the page. But there were times when I would hear him start reading the word from the wrong end. So instead of was, he was going for saw. And he made a little, and then he turned it around. And it was like he is doing some hard work to keep his eyes moving in the right direction. And I just called his attention to that at the end of my reading time with him, because it's hard work. It's hard work to do things that your eyes want to do some other way. One of my questions I wrote on this page was, who do I know on Discord? That was as we were I was talking with my daughter about doing these, and it was, where do we post them? Well, for now, we're posting on YouTube. This being November 2024. So, this was the phrase, I'm Jen, and these are my journals. It's about sharing the journals. In the meantime, I had doodled while we were talking, probably, and I just wrote things around. What a blitz is when people do card readings, and the first card they pull is the card for the reading. And the second card they pull is something different than that. It's like the opposition or the complement or the adjective that goes with it. I'm sure there's a much better way to say that. And then the third card would be the hopes and fears. And the last card would be the outcome. But depending on how they fall and how the person is reading, they are, those are soft terms. It's like you're building a sentence out of pictures. And I asked about this project, and the sentence was really, really, really beautiful, and I really appreciate it. And so that last Saturday morning is when you can get readings from our friend Whimsy. If you're a not scholarship, subscriber, member. Maybe it's member. You can get subscriptions anyway. To be a member of a little group, you're paying to be in there. And with Whimsy, she teaches classes. And she holds different public evenings and mornings for just throughout the week. She's a busy woman, man. She's a naturopath, and she's a citizen of the United States and Israel. And she really has a handle on heart-centered remote viewing is passing that along to people, and it's wonderful, because if you're looking toward knowing the heart of another person, and you're really doing it in a clean kind of way, where your heart is good to go. You're not going, how can I criticize this person? What's wrong with that person? But just kind of picture I have is sort of, everybody has a mask in my picture here. Everybody has a mask. And I go over and I say, hey, can I get inside there with you and see what you see? See through the lenses that you're looking through, and kind of scratch our chins together, or it's a heart-to-heart thing. May I come and understand? And you go in there without the opinion of, I'm going to own you. I'm going to discredit you and see where all your flaws are. It's just seeing things the way they see them. Being in a presence. At the class, we have 2 opportunities to do remote viewing as part of the class. It's a 10-week series. And one of them is a person from history, and the other one is a location. And as we learn the different lessons as we go along, one of the things is just to work together and go into this meditative state and abide there and check in and receive. Take notes like mad if you want. I sure do. And then tie things up and take your leave. And it's a really lovely thing. I'm not doing the hard work. I'm not going and seeing what some political mucky muck is, what's going on in there. I'm not able to, not equipped right now to do that. Things are pretty political in my world right now. But I appreciate when other people tell me. And the people, I call them the readers, are understanding what's going on with different people as best they can. And the cleaner their heart as they go in, the cleaner their entrance, the cleaner they're trying to make that connection. Connection's a good word. The more that it feels like this is really the deal. This is what's going on here. Yeah. So I have shown you. I know I've shown you a few little pages in my book. Sometimes I do things like this. I don't know what you do in your book, but this is my journal. And I found a picture someplace with all these little doodles on it. And I thought, you know what? I like those doodles. I'm going to copy them. Except this is Dear Anthony at breakfast, brunch. Oh, I see. That line was his glasses. It kind of, the sheep was in the way, but I wanted to make it look like glasses. I have a set of paints, and I'm learning how to use my little drawings as sort of I call it a coloring book. And so I have this set of watercolors that are made from gemstone. I call them gemstone paints. They're a product of the Daniel Smith. Oh, there we go, 20 minutes. Can I stop it? And painted with Daniel Smith watercolors, made from genuine, oh, okay, got it, made from genuine gemstones. So her face, and I don't think the camera will pick it up, it actually glitters a little bit, and it's bronzite. And this is, starts with a G, garnet. And this is, I think it's called rhodocite. It's related to rhodochrosite, which is the national stone of Argentina. I think this is probably, let me look at it here. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of glitter in it. So this is kyanite for her hair. And so I've used kyanite all over it because kyanite is just so cool. I think this color under here is blue apatite and then green apatite above. And then these blues might be lapis lazuli. Some of the browns are natural browns, but I also have regular paints. One of them is called Aussie Yellow Gold. I think that's what it's called, Aussie Red Gold. I think it's Aussie Yellow Gold. And I just love the effect of it. And I have people that I love in Australia, and perhaps I'll meet them someday. So those are all, this is apatite, green apatite. And I think it also goes over to some serpentine. So those are my books. That's what I colored this week. I'll see you next time.